Hello, it's Jenny Jen, the plant friend. Welcome to my channel. If this is your first time joining me, I really appreciate you taking the time to watch this video. If you are a subscriber, you are so appreciated for coming back and always watching these videos, commenting, even leaving a thumbs up. I really appreciate you guys. So, wanted to hop on here really quickly and just share some of my new addition to my collection for the month of October. I have several, so I won't prolong the time. I'm just going to get into it. I would like to say that I've been now really collecting plants for a year and a half now, maybe a little more. And I went from somewhere from 10 plants to about 200 plants, I think. I quit counting some time back. And so I recently started getting more rare plants, or I don't know that they're rare, but they're not easy to find in the big box stores, something you have to probably order through an online store. I have also figured out which stores work best for me, and that I know I can get good healthy plants from, and so I'll even mention a couple of them. Nobody's sponsoring this video. It's just I want to give a shout out because I really appreciate getting healthy, beautiful, healthy plants from all over the world into my home. And so let's get started. Okay, so the first plant that I want to share with you guys is I actually ordered it on October 1st. I had been watching, and the online seller that I've been purchasing plants from comes from a pretty long way, but they didn't have this particular plant. Well, I got a text message one early morning from Iffy Plants saying that they had them in, and they were reasonably priced, they looked beautiful. And so I immediately jumped online and ordered it, and I was so grateful to get it. And so without further ado, I have to show you guys the Waroqueanum. I might have did a unboxing of this girl. Now, again, she comes from Ecogenera Plants. And I purchased her on October 1st, and I didn't get her until October 21st. So it took about 19-20 days to get her. She was in very good condition. I have her, currently I have her in Pon. I'm using the medium Pon because I'm really liking Pon, and I prefer the hydroponic medium as opposed to soil. I do have some plants in soil, and I'll mention those when I show you guys those. So far, this girl has been living in the IKEA greenhouse cabinet in the plant studio. She's doing very well there. Plants go through a little stress when they travel. And so when you get them, you're supposed to immediately, especially when they've come from so far, you immediately put them in water so they can rehydrate, and then you would maybe for 24 to 48 hours before you put it in a medium. And then you just want to kind of give it some humidity, because it probably grew in a greenhouse where it had plenty of humidity. You give it the humidity, and then you allow it to just kind of rest. Just leave it alone. And as difficult as that is, but I had to take her out of the cabinet to show her for this video. Since in my care, she has gotten one yellow leaf, if you can see that, yellow in leaf there. But that's the only sign. I've checked her out for pests. I've looked her over good. I've watered her and just kind of left her alone. Now these are the other leaves. They're not as big as the mama leaf there, but that's a nice size leaf, and this is a nice size one. And then I have this smaller one here, and the one that I'm losing is the smallest of all of them. And I can actually cut this off, but I just wanted to show you because oftentimes we show you all the beautiful plants with no problems, and that's just not real life. So, so this is my first plant that I wanted to share with you guys today, my Waroqueanum. And again, I purchased her from Ecogenera, so we're gonna pop her over here as we continue. and then I'll put her back in the greenhouse. So the next plant that I want to show you guys, my husband actually bought me a plant for my birthday, and then he really got into this thing. So I just stopped purchasing plants. I said, I'm just gonna wait on him and let him buy them. And so he's really just kind of getting into this with me. And so it's interesting because he really had good intentions. And so he set out to buy plants for me. And so this next plant that he purchased for me, the picture showed a full plant, but because he's new to plant collecting, he didn't read the fine print, and it said a cutting. So this, of course, is the Florida Ghost cutting. And he thought he was getting a whole plant. So he was a little disappointed, but I told him it's okay. It'll grow. We'll be able to watch this baby grow, but nice, healthy leaf. She is not in the cabinet because, of course, she is too big to be in the cabinet, too long, too tall, too everything. And I don't think she requires a lot of humidity. She has a nice root system, and she's actually resting on a shelf near my west-facing window in the plant studio. I'm looking behind me because that's her spot. And so, but again, the Florida Ghost. And so I'm looking forward to this gal putting out new leaves and growing into a full plant. And then I'll be able to share with my husband along the way so that he can see that it wasn't a flop, that he did good. So again, this is the Florida Ghost. Okay, and so another one. So I'm going to let you guys know when he purchased one during the month of October and when I purchased a plant. So the Waroqueanum I purchased the 1st of October. This one he purchased around the 10th or so of October. This next plant he purchased, he had asked me for my wish list, and I'd given it to him, but he, in his excitement, would just like read part of the, like, if it says Florida green, that's not the Florida Ghost or the Florida Beauty or whatever, which is what I would have written down. So this next plant is called the Florida Green Red Stem. I love it. I mean, it's nice leaves. It looks like the Florida Ghost, but a smaller version. The stem is red. You can see a couple red stems there. This leaf looks like it's about to go, maybe just because. She is not in Pon, but she is in leca. And the little leca balls, for those of you who are not familiar, the little clay balls. And so she's growing in leca and doing very well. She is not in a greenhouse cabinet. She's resting on a shelf under a grow light. But this is her newest leaf that she just recently put out. And then there's another growth point. I think the camera will pick it up here. Let me turn it around. Maybe you can see better. There we go. This growth point is about to, I think a leaf is coming out and it'll unfurl. So very nice plant, beautiful foliage. Love the leaves, love the shape. It's called a Philodendron Green Red Stem. So, but reminds me of the Florida Ghost. The leaves are a little bit different, but yeah, so this plant he purchased, my husband purchased that plant for me. And so the next plant that he purchased, it was a wish list plant, and I was so excited that he had ordered it for me. But when I got it, I was actually a little disappointed, mainly because of the cost of this plant and then the size. I love her though, and I think that she's gonna grow bigger leaves. She is in an IKEA greenhouse cabinet that's in the living room. I have her in a well-draining soil mixture that I got from the Victorian in downtown Atlanta. It's a mix that's has cocoa coir, orchid bark, charcoal, some great draining things for plants, which is really good. And so I put her there, and I've had her less than a month, and I see a little growth point of a new leaf coming out, so I'm happy about that. But this, guys, is my Philodendron El Chaco Red. And I just thought she was going to be bigger, you know, but that's when you're buying plants online, that's the thing. So anyway, but the El Chaco Red, and so you can see a little red on the stem here where she's about to put out a new leaf. She sort of looks like the a smaller version of the varicosum to me. That's what she looks like. But I just hope this pot that I have her in is not too big, because she, you know, she does have a nice root system, but I put her in this well-draining mix, so we'll keep you guys posted. You will see this girl again, I am sure of it. And so the Philodendron El Chaco Red. Okay, and then my next plant is my Hoya Kersey Eye, and this guy is still in soil. She's doing well. And I've seen this at Lowe's or Home Depot. Probably could have got a larger one, but this one I got from Steve's Leaves. And again, just I love Hoyas, and I love Hoyas that trail, and so I can potentially see this girl trailing and getting bigger. And so again, the Hoya Cursey Eye is the one. Now, I purchased this plant, and she is in a cloche. She's not in a greenhouse, but she is in a cloche. I just wanted to give her some humidity, and I'll show you the plant that she's hanging out with. But she's doing very well in the cloche there. And then the next plant is the Hoya, and I might not be pronouncing this right, Shepherdii. Like, I love the string bean leaves that this plant makes, and she sort of trails, but she's she's upright now. But I purchased this one also from Steve's Leaves. And this, again, is not a sponsorship for Steve's Leaves. I just love that they have great, healthy Hoyas and all sort of plants that you could buy, begonias and everything. And so I've been purchasing a lot from them lately. And so the Shepherdii is, you know, I'm just looking forward to her growing nice and strong. So that's the Hoya. That's one purchase that I've made. And then the next purchase is a purchase that he made, and I can remember last year this time I was freaking out about a Philodendron Pink Princess. Had to have it. My granddaughter bought a cutting, which was a one leaf, which is now two plants because I propagated her. And I have one plant in the greenhouse cabinet in here in this room, and then in the other greenhouse I put the propagation, and she's doing very well. I see 2 new growth points from where I propagated her, so I was excited because at first I thought I made a mistake in doing that. Well, he heard me talking. He know I love pink, and he heard me talking about the Pink Princess, and so he decided to purchase one. Now, it's a baby, but it is the cutest thing. Okay, guys, here we go. This is my newest Pink Princess. Now, you can't really see the variegation, but there's variegation on this leaf. There's variegation on this leaf. I wish it could zoom in. You could see it on this leaf. I have a new leaf unfurling. She lives in my Detolf cabinet that's actually in my kitchen under grow lights, and she's doing very well there. I put her... Actually, she's still in the soil that well, you know, that may not be true. I think she's in that well-draining soil that I got from the Victorium. And she's got these cutest little baby leaves under there that are coming in pink. And look at that growth point there. I'm so excited for this little guy to grow up and be a big girl. Look at that leaf. Isn't that stunning? I mean, look at the variegation. I certainly hope it picks it up on the camera. But yeah, so I was excited to see the new growth down at the bottom there. So the Pink Princess Philodendron. And then, so that's one that he purchased again. The next one, I'm just going to show you guys the next one that he purchased, and then I'll just show you the last plant that we're going to talk about today. And the next plant that he purchased was on my wish list. It is an Alocasia Silver Dragon. It lives in a cloche for now. It's still in the original soil that I got it in. All of these plants were bought in the month of October, so it's okay. She's just resting in that cloche. Eventually, I'll move her to a greenhouse. I think I lost a leaf here. I think, maybe not, maybe not. That's where the new leaf came out of. Because I don't remember losing any leaves on her. But I know that alocasias can be very finicky, and they like humidity, and they need to be in humidity. So that's one reason why she's in a cloche by herself. Plus, I like to kind of separate the plants when I first get them before I add them into the collection to make sure there are no pests, no problems. You know, I can kind of deal with them individually. So she's in a cloche by herself. The Cursey Eye and the Shepherdii Eye, they're in a cloche together. They were packaged together. They came together, so I figured I could put them together. But so this is a wish list plant that my husband bought for the month of October. We'll have to find him some things for the month of November. And so last but certainly not least is a plant that I have several of the regular ones, but I wanted a variegated one. I wanted a nice size variegated one, but I'll start anywhere. So, and without further ado, this is my Hoya Compacta, Hoya Carnosa Compacta rope plant. And it is a variegated one, and I hope you can pick it up on the screen. You see the white leaves there. And the variegated one, the leaves are a lot lighter than on the regular green one that's more of a darker shade. But a nice size plant, and you know, to start or whatever. I'm excited about this girl growing and trailing, and I've seen some really long, beautiful ones online and everything, but they were really expensive, and I got this one for a reasonable price. And I purchased this from an Etsy shop. I'm sorry, I purchased this from eBay, not Etsy. It was on eBay. I saw this and purchased this. I did say that the Hoya, the Pink Princess, he also purchased from eBay, and the Silver Dragon he purchased. Most of the plants that he's purchasing them from eBay, sellers on eBay. So, but yeah, so those are the new additions. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 plants for the month of October so far, and I have 3 other plants coming, but they won't be here probably until in November, so I'll probably film them with the November plant edition, as this series is called. But yeah, so I'm excited to continue to add rare plants to my collection, or just to watch my collection grow. It's not a job when you really enjoy something. This truly is a hobby for me, and I am enjoying it. I'm enjoying trying the different mediums and taking you guys on this journey with me, from leca to pond to soil, you know, whatever I'm using, and just to update you on how these plants are doing. I'm excited to just see how this is going into my second winter, and I know that some plants go into dormancy and lose some leaves, and last year I sort of freaked out when that happened, but this year I understood that it's okay that it happens. And so yeah, but thank you so much for watching this video. Please give it a thumbs up, make a quick comment, just if you liked it, if you learned something, if you have questions, you can leave those at the bottom. And I just want to kind of interact with you guys. I also want to say thank you to my subscribers, because I finally broke 100 subscribers. I've been kind of trailing along, and I'm new at this YouTube thing, but I'm just so grateful to finally have, I think I'm at 102 now. And so if you see this video and you like what you saw, or you want to see more from me, why don't you hit the subscribe button that's at the bottom, and I will see you the next time with some great content. You can make suggestions if you have some suggestions of things that you'd like to see in my collection. I do need to do a house plant tour, and I'll be doing that soon. But yeah, so anyway, thank you so much again, and I will see you the next time. Bye-bye.